Hey, what's up, Victor? And this is a quick demo video for you for your custom Saberforge saber. So this was, I believe it was etched, but I'm for sure it was powder coated by Christopher Royal over at Royal Custom Armory. Just wanted to show off the powder coating. This is a steel emitter. So we got a heat stain treatment, so that's very cool. You do have a custom blade plug that was supplied with it as well. I went ahead and I left that in there to show you that there's some shine through, and then you've got some really cool etching on your suba and on your pommel. All right, this only opens from one place, which is the pommel. So what you want to do to get to your chassis is you just want to unscrew your pommel like this. Before we go over the chassis, we're going to talk about your pommel, but when you take this off, it'll likely bring your chassis out with it. That's okay. You can just pull it off like that, and this is what that looks like. So we'll go over that here in a second. As you know, because I already mentioned it in a PM to you, but I went to machine out your pommel that came with your saber because there's not a whole lot of room in this guy lengthwise in the handle. I wanted to fit a 28mm speaker in here, so I was originally going to machine it out here so that I could fit that speaker inside. But when I went to machine it, I broke it. It broke right here. The indentations or the grooves that are cut inside of this pommel, they are very thin, almost no material left from the outside to the inside of this guy. So I was off about 2.5 thou when I was machining this, and it just snapped right in half. So what I did was I went through and I machined you a brand new one. All right, so there's a little less threads on there. It's a little lower profile than the other one. I made the grooves in the pommel, but I didn't make them as deep as these because I didn't like how thin the material was. And then you had 6 cutouts like this around your pommel. So I made sure that you had 6 cutouts here as well. Another thing that you had in there was a bit of a grill section in here. I drilled it out initially before I machined it, and I just went ahead and I left it wide open on this guy, so you have some really good sound. As you know, instead of sending this to you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this entire thing back to Christopher Royal. He's going to powder coat the pommel. It sounds like you wanted this done a particular kind of way that couldn't have been done on this guy, so he's going to go ahead and do that on this one for you. And then from him, this entire saber setup will go to you. All right, so after that, this is what your chassis looks like. I did print this out of a black carbon fiber. So you've got your Proffie board right here, access to your SD card and your micro USB. From here, you don't have to lift up the board. You've got a kill switch right in front of the board. We are running a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker, and then this is a removable battery setup. So of course, you know, spring side for the negative side of your battery, and then I'm using the SO Switch Pixel PCB set as well. All right, so also one thing I forgot to mention, I put 2 20-pixel accent strips in this chassis. So you've got a 20-pixel accent strip right here, right behind some diffuser material, and then you've got the same thing wired over here. So each font has 2 blade styles. I put my own font on here for free for you, and then you had also sent me the Crispity Sound font, so it is on here with its own blade style. All right, so let's throw a battery in. Just snap it right into place. Come over here and flip the switch. So these 2 strips are wired in line with each other. They're going to act the same. I made them gold because your saber had a lot of gold on it. You do have twist on. And then these will ramp up in speed. And then you've got twist off. All right. What you want to do is just take this guy, take your pommel. The speaker goes into the pommel, but not the chassis. So you just hold it like this, put it in your saber, and then just screw your pommel down. When you screw this pommel down all the way, the chassis makes contact with a 14-pin PCB about right here, and then you can hit power. You got some nice shine through in your blade plug. This is a pretty loud boy when everything is all locked in. You can see your speaker right there, so everything's just shooting out the back. Auxiliary is the bottom button. And then top. All right, so you could turn it on with the switch, turn it off with the switch, or you could twist it on and twist it off. All right, we'll go ahead and take your blade plug out. You have 2 retention screws that are visible in this saber. This top one right here is a blade retention. This one down here you don't want to mess with. That is a chassis retention. All right, so we'll go ahead and pull this blade plug out. You don't want to pull it. You don't want to push it too far down in there, or you're going to need a tool to get it out. So just very gently pull it out like that. Whoops. And then that exposes a V4 Carl Chen PCB connector in there. All right. This is set up for a full-length 1-inch diameter blade. I'm just going to use my test blade for now. So we'll lock down the blade. And then you have also some really nice shine through in all 4 of these windows right here. So we'll hit power. We'll hit auxiliary, go to your crispity sound font.
Crispity!
Blade lockup is holding down auxiliary on the saber. You see it right there, but when you go like this, it moves towards the middle of the blade. And then each of them have the same soundtrack, so do a long press on the power. Do another long press to turn it off. And again. Grayscale font. All right, we'll go ahead and break this guy back down. So we'll take our blade out. I'm going to put your blade plug back in it real quick so I don't forget to send it with it. That's what your pommel looks like on the saber. So I thought I made it, just a nice length, easy to take on and off, but not overpowering the back of the saber. All right, so we'll go ahead and just unscrew this guy. Take this off, and your chassis will slide right out in your hand. All right, we'll turn this on, and then we'll turn it off with the kill switch right here. It kills power, and when you want to take your battery out, do it from the positive side by your speaker. All right, and you can pop it out just like that. But that is basically your custom saber. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get this out to Christopher tomorrow. All right, thanks, man.